Today we're going to talk about Cinerama. You remember that format from the 50s and the 60s. How the West Was Won. That was the big film that used Cinerama. Of course, Cinerama was used on a lot of other films too, but to come to mind here, I believe How the West Was Won was probably one of the very first narrative films used where we told a story and had actors. But the other day they had a video I saw on YouTube where they were actually pulled the old Cinerama camera out and started shooting this thing in Los Angeles, where it would be a show featuring the camera the way it is today. Now, the nice thing about this camera is it's very large. It uses three 35 millimeter magazines, and instead of the magazines running like this, they run like this. And the film is 6 perforations pulled down in front of each magazine, has its own separate lens. And the width of the image is 146 degrees. Pretty wide angle, almost what the human vision is, including your peripheral vision. So basically, Cinerama gave us a dimension we've never had before. Since then, of course, there's Panavision 70, Super 70 millimeter. Several films were done in that format, which was a great format to use. But Cinerama was the one and only really weird, different system. It was a very heavy camera. In sync sound shots, they would mount the camera inside a blimp, which was like a Goliath that weighed several hundred pounds and was not very easily moved. So in this video they were showing it, they're actually moving it around on a little cart because this thing is so big, and they were of course shooting it without the blimp, so you could hear the camera grinding away. It has 3 Kodak Ektar lenses on it. They're set to where one lens is in the middle and there's 2 lenses. This would be the right side and this would be the left side, and the center would be the middle of your picture. So basically Cinerama kind of was a format that didn't last too long. It was an oddity, I guess you could say. I would have to say it was kind of a novelty item. And they made How the West Was Won and several other short films like that with Cinerama. So if there's anybody that knows anything about that and I made any errors, you please contact me on this blog and we'll set the record straight. But anyways, that's just about what I know about Cinerama. I think personally that it's a lost art. The format is certainly not used because of the expense. A 1,000-foot roll of film certainly didn't last very long, and you had 3 of them going through there. And I estimated, I think each magazine would run probably about 6 or 7 minutes tops before you'd run out of film. So you would have to probably do a lot of rehearsing in front of the camera and get it just right before you rolled on a scene. So some people who were talking about Cinerama here would probably know more about it than I do. So that's Cinerama, the way it was today and the way it was in those days. If you get a chance to see it, I think you'll enjoy it. So until next time, this is Film Talk.